Hello, my coffee beans. I hope everybody. Let me see if this is. I always gotta do something, make some adjustment. Sorry, okay, it's just me. But hello, my coffee beans. Thank you so much for joining me. You and coffee. I decided to record today as opposed to going live. We have a choice. We have choices in this world, and today I chose to just record as opposed to going live. So here we go. And let me just clarify this. Sometimes I say things maybe more than once. It's not intentional. Please bear with me during that time. Okay. Just know that it's not intentional at all. Okay. So let's get that out of the way. And another thing is, while I'm trying to be great, something is always in the midst. Now look at that. I wanted my necklace to lay down flat. It keeps turning over. Butterfly wants to do its own thing. I'm looking for it to just fly off of my neck in any minute now. But okay, we're going to ignore that. All right, so I'm so happy to be here with you today. Being with you is one of my favorite places to be because I get to come here and I get to entertain, honey. We all are entertainers. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. I think it's in a song. But anyway, yeah, we all are entertainers at some point in some part of our lives. Some of us are born to be entertainers, and some of us are entertainers, at some parts of our lives. So I'm one of those ones who I think was born to entertain, but not in the way that I'm so much in front of the camera, to be honest. That's why I think I belong definitely behind the camera. But that's just my opinion. Other people have other opinions, and my coffee beans, they're like, no, get on out there in front of the camera. We love seeing you. We love watching you. We love the authenticity. Authenticity. There it is. Oh my God. See, we love the authenticity of you. And so for that, I'm gonna be out here. I'm gonna be in front of the camera. Okay. Now, we got to get down to the get down, right? Because time is far spent. I spend enough time on the preliminaries. For those of you who do not know and have not been here, this is an episode of Me, You, and Coffee. So what we do here basically is, first I tell you about a mug that I have. There's a story behind most of all my mugs that I have, and I do have a lot because I have a collection. And first I tell you about that, and then I tell you a little bit about what's going on with moi, and then we move on to a topic of the day. Okay, so first and foremost, this is a merch, one of my my merchandising products. Okay, my merchandising products. This is Bold and Sassy. Yes, get into it. Very good material. It's not one of those things going to come off. You see that it's flat. Okay. DM me or get into my comments and let me know if you'd like to purchase. I'm looking into a new design as well because this design was made in 2021 or 2021. Yes. So this is 24 and I'm looking for a new design. I think I have one in mind, so I'll keep you posted on that. All right. So yeah, this mug is, the story behind it is I have my own business where I make bracelets, and I've got into making earrings, and I might do necklaces. So I'll just say my jewelry brand. But right now I can definitely tell you that I do beaded bracelets and bangles. Okay, I started off with bangles, and that's hence the name. Bold and Sassy Bangles is the name of my company. But I started off with bangles, and then I fell in love with the beads, and then I also have the link bracelets, and I also have my brand of charms that is similar to Pandora and James Avery. So what that is those are the bracelets that you can get charms added to them as you go along. They're good for gifts and stocking stuffers and all those things. So I'm going to definitely advise you. I'm going to add my information in the somewhere on here on this episode, and you can go and check out what I have. And also, if you're on TikTok, Facebook, I haven't done it so long. I might do another one on Facebook, but I do lives on TikTok. Definitely, I'll include that information, so you can go on over to TikTok, and you can check out the lives and you can see what I have and perhaps purchase. And even if not for you, for someone else, as a gift. Now, let me just say this. I'm gonna put my mug down for a second because something came to my mind to say. Okay, here's the thing about support. When we talk about supporting someone, which is kind of goes into our topic as well, it all flows together. But when we talk about supporting someone, it doesn't have to all the time be in monetary matters or ways. Okay, you don't have to support people. Now, some people do benefit more from the monetary. I mean, who doesn't? But I'm just saying, some people are like sometimes in really, really need of the monetary, and I get that. This is true. But you can support people, especially if you're on social media. So let's say, for instance, you did attend one of my lives, and the products that I have does not fit your style and your taste. I'm okay with that, because everybody has a right to their own style and taste. Okay? I'm not by way upset at all. But what does chaps my hide? Okay, can't Texan. But what does chaps my hide is when people don't take the time out to at least share your products and or services. Just because you don't use them, that does not mean that someone else might not want to use them, or they may just buy just to support, because some people are like that. And I've encountered I've been blessed to encounter people who it might not be their style, they may not ever wear it, they may gift it. I mean, they may gift it or whatever, but it's a matter of support, if that makes sense. Okay, so with that being said, if you do not use the product or you don't like it, you can just pass it on. Okay, so support is support anyway it goes. Even like as far as my videos go, let's just talk about that for a moment. Now, if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, that is awesome, because that's that is very helpful. But again, if there's something that I'm talking about that you just really you're not like, man, that's not my jish or whatever, pass it on. So this is what we do when we're on YouTube and any other social media platform. We like, subscribe, comment, and share. And we view, right? So I said that backwards, but you get the point. Okay, you look at the video, okay, you like it, you comment, you share, and then you subscribe to the channel. None of that costs you, not one red cent. So I said that to say, it doesn't hurt to do those things. And even if you look at the video and you're like, because trust me, I do it all the time. I'm guilty, I'm sorry, but I just be trying to support. If you look at the video and it's not interesting to you, and it don't make you grab your attention, still let it play out. Go get you some chips, a snack, or whatever. Let it play out so that it shows a form of support. Okay? Put a pin in it. We'll be back. Now, back to the mug. So this is my company. Well, one of my companies. And it's Bold and Sassy Bangles. Get into it. And like I said, if you want to know more about it, I'll leave some information here so you can go and check out my lives, and you can check out what I have, or you can check out the website. We have an Instagram page as well. So yeah, we got things moving on. I mean, it's a slow process, but it's moving along. So for those of us who are just visiting today, first of all, we hope that you come back. We hope that you become a coffee bean and not just a visitor. Okay? Come on, coffee beans. Come on. Okay, so anyway, Me, You, and Coffee, as I stated earlier, it's just a little platform for us to come on here and chit-chat a little bit about the topics, things that are going on in the world, in life, anything in particular that you want to discuss or that you have found out, because you are like me, you do not troll, but you peruse the internet and you look for certain stories that catches your eye or your attention and you want to share. That's basically what I do, along with anything else that I might want to share that's encouraging and inspiring. So that's me, you, and coffee in a nutshell. Okay, now let's do this. Let's just remember again to view, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's do those 5 things, okay? I pay attention to my social media pages, and I'm telling you, I love to give things away. So if you're a person who likes to receive free things, review, or not review, or view the video, okay? Comment. If it's a happy face, a frown, I don't know why you put this on here, or whatever. Comment, like, or unlike. Like or dislike, because you might not like it. But the point is, it's showing that you are being active. Okay? Subscribe and share. Or share and subscribe. Whatever order that comes in, just do those 5 things. Thank you so much. And as for your mug, you don't have to have coffee in it all of the time. You can have whatever you like. You don't have to share what's in your inside of your mug either, because baby, it is like Aunt Tab says, it is all your business. It's all your business, so you don't have to share. But if you would join, when you're joining in, get you a mug, favorite mug or whatever mug you have. If you're like me and you're a mug collector, get you one that got a story behind it, and sit down and chat with me. You know, give me some feedback, and you know, we can talk, because that's why I created this particular channel, okay, to have the conversation. Now let's get down to the get down. Well, hold on, I forgot about me. So as far as what's going on in my life, I just closed on my house. So yes, I am a homeowner for the first time in my life ever. I have been a renter for, I'm not going to tell you how many years, but it's been a long time. Just know that. And I am very, very grateful and comfortable in my, in the decision that I made to go ahead and move forward, because the landlords that I have, they were just awesome. I call them my godparents because it's a couple, and they were awesome from beginning to the end. Just a little backstory. So my ex-husband and I, we were looking for somewhere to rent, because we had a plan on, you know, how we were gonna build our dream home, or, you know, have a dream home. And so we were looking for someone to rent to rent until, you know, we can get to that point, which we didn't see that long for us to be able to do it, because we had actually looked at a house to buy, and then it didn't go through. So we said we'll just, you know, not rush. We'll go ahead and just rent. And then, so anyway, fast forward. Notice I said ex-husband, so you know what that means. So I have been footing the bills here and doing everything on my own for, you know, I would say a couple of years. Okay. So knowing all this, the landlords, and this is what they told me. They told me this. They said, they came to me first of all about buying, because I was going to keep renting until I decided to do something else, me. But they said, you know, when they came to me and what they came to me with, I was like, it's nothing but a blessing from God, because I'm going to share this with you. When you are buying a house, and I know the steps, because we've been through it. It's a lot. It really is. And it takes patience for you to deal with it, and it takes time. And then sometimes you end up getting something that you really didn't want, just so you can build up on. And that's not what we were trying to do. We were trying to build, you know, get what we want and let that be our forever home. So as I am now today, I still think of it the same way. It's not that I don't want my home, or, you know, because I'm definitely in it. Okay. But I see so many things in the future for myself, right? So the bottom line is, they said that they saw how I took care of the home Just like somebody was in here with me on my own, and it impressed them. That's what impressed them the most, of how I took care of it, how I was never late on my rent. I paid it every month on time. And so that right there, they said that showed them that I was definitely a responsible person. So they did not send me through, I did not have to go through all of the things such as credit, checking, verifying work, my employer, and all those things. None of that. It just was a meet at the bank with the what do you call those people? Oh my God, I hate when I go blank. We met at the bank, and then we had a notary with the notary and signed paperwork, and it's done deal. So, and then let me just say this: I'm not gonna tell all my business, but my rent only went up about $75. And where does that happen? Not too many places. Okay, so I have been, lifing. That doesn't mean nothing else is happening, but that right there gives me what I need to move forward and move past anything negative or bad that's happening, because that was totally a blessing. Okay, so yeah, let me just share that. And also, before I do it, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm having hot flashes. I'm at the point in my life where I'm having hot flashes, and they come at any given moment. They do not warn me until they're there. Like, my ears are burning. So I might pick up a fan. I have two. I have this big bulky neck for the ones that are serious. And then I have a little hand fan for the ones that are not, because I have two kinds. I have the bulky one, and then I have, the ones that are not so bad, so I'll use this one. So when you see me picking up the fan in the middle of a conversation or what I'm saying, it's one of the two. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Okay, so let's get into the topic, because we spent like about 17 minutes already. So I'm trying to limit my videos to no more than 30 minutes. I'm trying to be from 30, no more than 40. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. All right, so today's topic is, we're talking about, because earlier I mentioned support. So we're talking about what support looks like in a relationship. And we're not just talking about a romantic relationship. We're talking about a romantic relationship, family relationship, friends relationship, and work relationships. So we're talking about all those different things, not just just romantically. Which we'll talk about that first, because we like to get that out of the way, because that'd be the main relationship that we all want to know what support looks like. So what I did was, of course, I did my research, and I always try to find a definition of what I'm talking about so I can share with you as well. And we're going to start with romantic relationships. So the dictionary has one definition that's in the form of a verb. It also had a noun, but we're going to use the verb. Okay, we're going to use we're going to use the verb definition. Okay? Because the reason why I chose to do that is because we all have different definitions of the word support. And how we show that is in our actions. Okay? It's not so much as us just knowing what the definition is. It's how we act. So that's why I say we all have our own versions of what we think support is. That's just that. So I'm going to give you what the dictionary says it is, and then we'll go from there. So first and foremost, it says to give assistance to, especially financially, or enable to function or set. Okay? Now, let me just tell you this. Give assistance to, that's the first part. So the support basically means from the word go is give assistance to. See, and this one don't even want to, wait a minute, now what is it doing? This, you see, well, it always, this one works with the devil. It does. But, okay, anyway, but see, here I go. I'm being me. I'm being authentic here. I could cut this out, but I'm not going to. I'm not editing anything out. We're going forward. Okay, so anyway, and then Here's what the hot flashes do. Let me just say this. It always try to get me off of my game and what I'm talking about. That's why I say they from the pits of hell. But we're going to stay on the game. We're talking about support and the definition. Give assistance to. I just said earlier, that's why I said what came to my mind kind of flowed with the topic. It just all flowed together. Support. Support is giving assistance to. Okay? Let's just say that. And then it goes on to say, especially financially, but we're going to move on from there. We're going to just go with give assistance to. We're just going to use that part. Okay, since everybody got a different definition, we're going to use give assistance to. Okay, so let's talk about romantic support. Now, we all know when we say romance, we're talking about relationships between, two people, no matter what the genders are, because these days there are different genders, that are, in romantic relationships. So we'll just say, I'm going to talk about, when I use woman and I use man, I'm not excluding any other gender, okay? Or not any other gender, but I'm not excluding the LGBTQ community, because here's what I got to say, because I like to make this plain. Whatever your gender is and whatever you have assigned to yourself, okay, you can, if you assign yourself a woman or a man or binary or whatever, non-binary, I'm not attacking anybody who is not assigning themselves other than women and men. I'm not attacking, but I'm not trying to disclude. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to not include you, okay? This is just a topic that we're talking about for clarification, because I love everybody, LGBTQ or anything or anyone else, okay? All right. So we're going to talk about romance and supporting. So a lot of times, if this is from my experience, okay, I've been in romantic relationships and the support has definitely either not been there or been minimal. I can count on my hands, because since I'm the age I am, and I wish it wasn't like this, to be honest, because if I could have been in 2 or 3 relationships my entire life, that would have been enough for me. However, it didn't pan out that way. And then I will say this, I didn't call everybody my boyfriend either. Okay? And then I have my husband. So I was married, and then, of course, I've had boyfriends. So I wish, like I said, if it were up to me totally, if I could have led my whole entire life, I would have been with one person, to be honest. Or at least 2. Because if you say one person, then that kind of puts you in a place of being where, oh, you have never been with anyone else, or I don't know. But at least 2 people. Two, the most, period. I'm just saying, because that's how I've always felt that way. Even when I was a child or I was younger, I didn't want to be with different people. Now, I did talk to different people, and this thing is still okay. It's gone now. Whew, finally. I did talk to different people at the same time. Now, I'm not saying I was perfect, but as far as to be my main person, I never selected. When I was doing that, I didn't select one person to be my main person. So that wasn't, I wasn't in a relationship. I was just, dating is what we called it back then. See, so, because nowadays, kids, when they say dating, they're talking about being in a relationship. And then back then, for me, dating was dating. Dating was like, okay, let me pick you up. Let me take you to the movie, dinner, and then back home. That's dating. But nowadays, dating is being in a whole relationship. So there's that. But I can say, out of the few, I've only had a couple. And to be honest, the guys that I probably wasn't in a relationship and that I dated, they may have been more supportive than the men that I was actually in a relationship with. And that's terrible. But it speaks volumes. And I'm going to be the one to say I just have had a poor choice when it came to selecting a man to be in a relationship with, if that makes sense. I'm not going to say a poor choice in men, or, it's just when I selected a man to be in a relationship with, I just have poor choices. And that's just that. I'm going to put it this way. The ones that were friends and I dated should have probably been I'm just being honest. It's just that. And some of the relationships I can say honestly, because I like to be as honest and transparent as possible, it was me. It was something that I done that, ended the relationship or whatever have you. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to stick to what I just said, though. Still, that doesn't take the place of that. Some of the friends that I had, I should have been probably in relationships with them. So there's that. Because this is when we're talking about support. Let me go ahead and bring it on back around so y'all won't get off track. When it comes to support, that's what I mean when I say that. So when someone supports you, the dictionary says it's give assistance to. And I'm not talking about, pay my electric bill, pay my water bill. Now, if you want to do that, and that has happened for me, and I am blessed and I am grateful, that is fine. But I'm talking about support as in just in life, period. Okay? So what I mean by that, what do you mean? What do you mean, Rain? What do you mean, Rain? Okay, so what I mean by that is, and my pen name is Rainworks. Okay, just so you know, if you hear me call myself Rain, that's my pen name, Rainworks. So what do you mean, Rain? So what I mean is this, okay? If, let's say for instance, I'm at work and I have a bad day at work and I come home and I just want to first wind down. I want to relax. I want to try to get to a zen so that I can even conversate or do whatever I need to do at home because I've had such a bad day at the office, right? So a supportive person would basically just be like, hey, I know you had a bad day because trust me, I've already talked about this. Because that's what I do. I'm going to tell people something. So we already talked about it before I got home. So you already know what to pretty much expect when I get here. I'm not going to be in the best of moods right away because I was just aggravated or irritated. And then I had to, not only that, I had to go through traffic to get home. So I'm on 100, right? So if you're a supportive person, this is what you would do. You would say, okay, hey, and then for me, I would go ahead and be honest too. You can't do too much because I don't know which way I'm going to go. So to combat that, you'll just wait till I get here and see how you can help and just ask. Baby, you want me to draw you a bath water? You want me to cook you something to eat? Are you ready to eat now? Or what do you want to do? I'm here to make you feel better after this hard day that you've had. Simple. Plain simple. Plain and simple. That's it. That's pretty much it, right? So, for me, I'm just saying for me as how I am. Now, other people, because other people have really gotten us to treat them how they want to be treated, meaning they show you how they want to be treated. That's what I get from people all of the time, especially here lately. And what I mean by that is, if you want me to be standoffish to you, you be mean to me. You be mean to me. You try to degrade. You try to, I ain't gonna say degrade, but you be mean to me and you try to make me feel lesser than. Do those things and I'll stand off from you. I won't ask you what you want. I wouldn't even care, to be honest, if you do those things. Now, again, like I said, that's something that you're doing. And so you're not getting what you would get from me if you were not that way, right? So let me just put that out there in the atmosphere because I know people are thinking, well, you're saying that you want support, but are you supportive? Yes, and that's another thing. You always be the thing that you want. Be the thing you want. And what do I mean by that is, be supportive. And not only in romantic relationships, people got to understand that your mind is not easily read. Right? So you tell me what it is you need, right? And then it's also up to me to ask, to let you know that I want to know. That's what it is. That's what I'm getting around to that. It's up to me to let you know or provide an environment for you to feel comfortable about telling me what you want. Okay? So it kind of works hand in hand. And that's why, I say that, what I said about support. Okay, so basically that's just an example. Okay, so that's what, I've experienced or am experiencing. Okay, now what I did was basically I just went ahead and I wrote two things down that I wanted to discuss, or talk about that had to do with it. Like I said, remember earlier I said the genders. So we're gonna start with women. So I feel like when it comes to support, that men, I'm talking directly to you, and women, whoever dates women. How about that? We're gonna put it that way. Whoever dates women, this I'm talking directly to you. So you have some women out here who are strong women. What that means is basically they need supporting, okay? And it may not be the support that you think that every woman needs. Meaning they may not need you to pay all their bills. They may not need you to pay their rent and buy them all these fancy things. Now, remind you, there's a difference between need and want. We're talking about needs. Okay? So don't get it twisted. Ain't nobody saying don't buy nobody nothing or don't, help them. I'm saying they may not need that. So what they really need, okay, especially if they had things when you met them, if they had, oh God, here we go. If they had, the money to pay their bills and they had a vehicle and they have somewhere to live, if they had it when they met you, 9 times out of 10, they will welcome you. And I'm going to speak from my perspective. I will welcome you to help me. I don't want to have to ask you though, because if you see a need, you know the need is there. You don't have to see, it's there. People, that there's electricity, right? You know that there's rent. You know that there's water. Okay? So if you want to support that way, then you should just, here, baby, here's $100. You could, put it on one of the bills or something, because I know whatever. You know what I mean? Just, that's being supportive. That's not waiting until I say, oh, I'm just putting it all out there. Even a child can understand, oh my God, I need help with a bill. I shouldn't have to do that. So basically, you need to understand that sometimes, you can just go ahead and offer, or you should. I'm just saying. Now, talking about those strong women, if she had things before you got there, that means she can maintain them even when you're gone. So even if something happens and she falls off with something, obviously she can get back on track, especially if she's been doing it for years. IJS. Okay? So basically what she needs the most out of everything is love, patience, and understanding. I'm just going to put it out there. Love, patience, and understanding. Now, back to the difference need, want. Now, she may, not the bird. She may want you to assist, especially if you're around her a lot, or even if you're not around her a lot. I mean, just if that shows support. It said it on the definition too. Remember, it says give assistance to, especially financially. I'm just saying. And it's not a one-way street as far as finance goes. Ladies, some men, they may need a help here and there with finances as well. And if you got to give it, see, that's me. Like, if I got it, I'm going to give it, because I look at, when I'm in a romantic relationship, I look at it as one. The power of one. Okay? And what I mean by that is me and you coming together as one, dealing with things. Not just you're over here doing this, I'm over here doing that. So that keeps us separate. And what it means is that there's really not a future for us, because we're both doing our own thing, if that makes sense. So I just feel like when people have relationships like that and they're doing one thing and the other, there's not going to be a future for them. So somebody has to come and have the conversation and say, hey, what are we doing? Are we in this for the long haul, or are we just in here having fun or whatever? Because I might be in a part of my life where I'm done having fun and I'm looking for long haul again. I just got divorced in November of 2023. And it's almost going to be a year, when November comes up, not almost, but in a few more months, because it's time passed by fast. It's almost going to be a year. And so I can say, hey, I'm ready to be long haul. I'm still, just because that didn't work out, I still don't want to keep jumping from person to person and all those things, because that's just not me. I'm really not that girl, to be honest. I like being settled down with a person so that, we can get to know each other and then we can grow together. You know what I mean? But we can't if we don't have the same mindset and we don't move as one. And moving as one, it don't mean just, okay, no, it means, again, you doing things your way, I'm doing things my way, and we don't have any type of in between where we're working together. There's no plan and none of that. So yeah, that's not gonna last. So anyway, again, strong women. Now, some women that are weak, they need the same thing. And I'm not talking about nobody, because I have been weak and will be weak again. But I'm talking about strong women. When I say strong women, I mean the women who are just, they're doing everything on their own. That's what I mean. So love, patience, and understanding. Okay? Now, men, as far as men goes, there are some men out there that are definitely strong. And as women, we look to men to be strong, but then sometimes we go overboard with it. We think that, okay, they're supposed to be strong. They can take all this. They can take this. No, not necessarily. Some men are emotional just like we are. That does not make them less than a man, and it does not make them weak. Okay? And what they would need from you is to understand that just because they're strong, it doesn't mean that they're not sensitive or can be sensitive, and it does not make them less than a man. Okay? And at any given time, it doesn't mean that they can't do for themselves. Sometimes they may need help, just like we do. Okay? I've heard, coming up, well, a man is a man. A man's supposed to take care of this. A man's supposed to... Yes, absolutely. I think that way too. But at the same time, I think this. And I'm going to share this with you. So, when I was growing up, my grandfather was like my hero. I looked up to him, and the reason why I looked up to him so much is because how he lived his life from what I saw. Now, whatever he did that I didn't see and I don't know about, I can't even, I can't speak on. But every time I saw. So, he had 2 daughters. He had my mother, and he had my auntie Denise, who was killed at an early age. But he had those 2 daughters, and they both had different moms. So, of course, my mom has my grandmother, and then my auntie Denise had her mom. So, his wife that he had prior to him passing, because he passed away, but his wife he had, they didn't have any children together. So, us, as far as his grandkids, my mom physically had 3 children, and then my auntie Denise had 1, my cousin KJ. So we were all, he had his grandkids. So he would have us over, especially us. My mom, KJ didn't come over as much, and I don't know why. I think it's because when my auntie Denise died, everything kind of went haywire. It was very traumatic because she was murdered for no reason, apparently. And so that was that. But I will say that we were at my grandfather's house religiously on the weekends, summer times, vacations. So when we went there, whenever we went, his life is this. His wife is taken care of. He goes to work every day. He has his own business. And he also paid all the bills. His wife, she could not drive. He drove her everywhere she needed to go. And she didn't have to work at all. Now, that is not the part that I really was like crazy about. But I just feel like he gave me someone to look up to and to show me how I should be treated as a woman. That's how I saw it, right? Now, it didn't give me the expectation, because of who I am and who I've always been, it didn't give me the expectation that I got to look for a man that's going to take care of me. No, it did not. Because on the other hand, I had strong women, which was my grandmothers, my two grandmothers, my paternal and my maternal grandmother, and I had my mother. And they all were strong, and they all did their own thing, and they all, even my grandmother who was separated from my grandfather, which is, that's my maternal grandmother, my maternal grandfather. They were separated. She married again and everything, but still, even then, she was a strong woman. All I saw was her out there working, and she always had a side gig, like they call it. She always made money. She's an entrepreneur. She was an entrepreneur. So that's all I saw. So I saw the strong woman and I saw the strong man. And so that's why I don't look for a man to take care of me completely. Okay, because I've seen these women take care of their business for years and do what they need to do. However, I know I've had the opportunity to see what a man should look like and how they treat me. And that's how that works. So again, with my grandfather, he treated his wife really good. I never seen them argue. They have disagreed, but I've never seen them argue and yell at each other and all that. And I'm sure it happened, but it didn't happen around me. So that's still it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever they did and I wasn't there, that's it. But it gave me an idea of how a man should treat me. That's why I do not like yelling. We can disagree. We can argue. I don't like yelling. I don't like physical. I sure don't like physical. And I don't like mental. So abuse to me comes in different forms. I know everybody says it's verbal, physical, and mental. But to me, when you can't just talk to me like I am a human being, or you have to talk to me like I'm, just nothing, or you don't think I'm anything to you, to me, that's a form of abuse. And I guess it goes to verbal. Yeah, that's in the verbal category. So verbally, mentally, physically, I don't like those things. I don't like them, and I don't want to move forward with it, and I don't want to put up with it. And that's just that on that. So I'm just saying, men are strong, but we cannot expect for them to be literally Superman. Okay? Meaning they won't make mistakes. And it could be one of those things that they make the mistakes with, and that means the verbal, the mental, and the physical. Now, notice I said make mistakes. I don't condone any abuse, but make mistakes. And when people make mistakes, what happens? It's a changed behavior. That means when they made a mistake, they do not do it again. Now, on the other hand, there's these jokers who are literally abusive, and women too, and they keep doing it. So that's not a mistake. When you keep doing something over and over again, to me, that's not a mistake. And that's something that you should probably, or we should probably look at. And I include myself as well. I do self-evaluations all the time, especially every time when I am involved with someone. I do see my wrongdoing. I never pretend as if that person did all the wrong and I didn't do any. I never see my wrongdoing. But what it does not do is I cannot negate from how I feel and how I'm being treated, or how I think I'm being treated. And it's really not how I think, it's how I'm being treated. I can't negate from that. So that's where the issue comes in, right? But I still do not think that a man is less than a man if he is, if he's not as strong in some areas. And so that's why I feel like support is important. And that's what I wanted to talk about when I said, what does support look like in relationships? Okay, so that's romance. Now we got to get down to family relationships. Now, again, we may not be able to support people in everything they do, every event they have. And I'm just saying it's not because, I haven't been supportive. It's because sometimes I'm not able to, honestly. Most of the time I'm not when I don't, because I try to be supportive regardless to how someone supports me. I try to be supportive. So if they're having an event or they're doing something and they want you to participate and want the family to participate and you can't do it and you're unable, okay, you're unable. But if you are able, go ahead and support them. And if you can't do something, do something and just tell them and talk to them. Well, I'm sorry, I can't make it because don't just not go. Or don't say you're going to go and not go, because that's just not being supportive at all. Even though you couldn't physically be there, you still could have, had them on your mind, your heart, and in your prayers. That's still support. See, that's what I'm saying. What is your definition of support? And then we're going to move to friends. Now, this one is a biggie because I'm going to be honest. I have a few people that I call friends. I have a very few people that I call best. And sometimes I'm looking at that. I'm looking at why I'm calling people best friends. Okay? And it can be on my side too. It works both ways. I'm just saying. So, when it comes to friendships, I value them. I value them a lot. I do not believe that one person I do not believe that one person should do more than the other in any type of friendship. I do not believe that we should, again, expect someone to read our minds in friendships. A lot of people, well, if you know me, you'll know this going on. No. How about you just open your mouth and say, hey, friend, I'm not feeling good today. My back is hurting really bad. I think I have to go to the, okay. Or, hey, friend, I'm just having a downward spiral type deal mentally or whatever. I just need, whatever to talk, and that's it. Or, hey, friend, can I come over and just sit and talk with you sometimes? Or, hey, friend, can you come over? But it's not all of the time you're expecting someone to be there for you and do for you all of the time. And it could be these people in our lives, because I have some people that I feel like they are some strong women, and men that I have that are friends. And I feel like, hey, I could go to them because they're very strong. But who do they have to go to? Okay? And then we flip the coin. Put myself in a situation, and I will be the one that everybody looks to be strong. Who do I have to go to? And I'm going to tell you this too. When I just said people should say things are wrong with it, we still have to, even though they can tell us what's wrong, we got to create the environment for them to do it. Meaning, girl, if you know that I talk to you at least once every 2 weeks, or however many times we talk on the phone or whatever, or communicate. If you know I do that and I stop doing it, you should think something is wrong. That's what a supportive friend would do. Okay? It could be a text, it could be a smoke signal, phone call, or a visit, pop up. Pull up is what they call it. I'm sorry. It could be a pull up or whatever. Something though. And if I stop communicating with you, you best believe, because I'm a texting queen. If I don't do anything else, I will text the mess. My family and friends can tell you, I will text the mess out of you. Okay? I'm going to text you. If I stop texting you, something is wrong. And it's not that you should know automatically something wrong. You should just know that, okay, this is not her character. So I need to check it out. So then you're creating an environment for me to open up. But if you just assume that I'm just going to call everybody, I don't care if they're family or friend. Girl, my water bill is due. And I don't know where I'm going to get it from. My electric bill is due. I don't know where to get it from. If you think that I'm going to do that every single time, then that's not being supportive. And that's just that. I'm just saying. And that's if you think so, is what I'm saying. Because me personally, I can't read nobody's mind. If they're going through something, I prefer they call me. But I will definitely, again, I will make an environment whenever they do call. I will make an environment for them to feel freely to talk to me and speak to me, and then we can discuss whatever. That's my definition of support. I don't know. And again, if I have something, if I'm selling a product or something, I expect someone to buy something, or if you buy it and give it to the dog, it's okay. If you buy it and give it to Aunt Bessie May, it's okay. You bought it. It's support. I'm just saying. If I have an event, if you come and stay 5 minutes, that is support. Okay? If I have an event and you can't come, you call me or you text me or smoke signal and say, friend, I can't make it. I'm okay with it because I know a lot of times I can't make it. And I'm going to tell you, you invite me somewhere, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you I can't make it if I can't. I'm not, or if something happens along the way, I might start off saying, oh, I'm coming, I'm going there, and things happen. And if it does, I'm still going to be considerate enough and supportive and tell you I'm not coming. So that is support. That's what that is. That's not all the time you doing something for me, and it ain't got to be financial. And see, that's another thing. Again, it says especially financially, but it don't have to be that. It don't have to be financially. Okay, so the next thing is we're gonna get off of friends because I think I've said enough about that, and I know you get the gist because you're smart. My coffee beans are smart. Okay. The last not the least, at work. Now I really can talk about this all night and all day. At work, if you are not being supported, it will cause you to get anxiety. You'll be stressed out. And you wouldn't even want to go to work. You wouldn't like your job, even if it's something you've been doing for years. If you're not being supportive, let's say, for instance, what I mean by this is you're on a team and you have a leader or you have coworkers, either or. If you're not being supported that way, meaning if I'm on a team and I say, hey, Linda, I need to run home for a moment. I'll be back. Can you, back me up for a moment? And Linda's like, okay, I got you. Don't worry about it. Support. Hey, supervisor, Jimmy just called me at work and he needs me to come and pick him up because he's sick, and so I gotta go. Supervisor, okay, go ahead. You want to take PTO for the rest of the day, or are you coming back, or do you want to work at home? That's support. I can't put anything simpler than those two explanations. Those two examples. That's support. So I hope that you have gotten something out of this conversation that we've had, because I call it a conversation, even though you're doing more than listening. But it doesn't have to be that way, because you can enter into the comments what you think about this topic and what we've talked about. Whether it's in agreement, whether it's that you disagree, or you have some light that you can shed, or you have an opinion on it, and whatever your definition is as well. Because again, I feel like I said at the beginning that we all have different definitions of what support is. So I like to hear your definition. So do me a favor. I would like for you to do what? You've already viewed it, so we will put that down. Comment, like, share, and subscribe on this video. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me on Meet You in Coffee. Bye.